Tomorrow has 3 Zotos, meaning they're just going to have to funnel in through doors and entryways of this site. First blood for Turtle Tactics, but Braze reels it right back in, taking care of Apoa. Spider to even it out, taking care of Ikor, and now is an absolute problem for Outlast Black. That timer is against you, but the bodies are in your favor. EDD finishes off Braze. The case is loose, and the clock is going to run out. Turtle Tactics emerged victorious just due to the fact that Outlast Black couldn't open up that wall in enough time, and that's a why would you take your shield out? A fat finger literally reveals all of Blitz, and he gets deleted from the lobby before Zonky thinks about it twice. A double kill, Finka. Such a crucial operator for that post as well. You've now lost the spearhead of your attack, followed up by the person that guarantees a reset of health if you mistake it. Plant looks to go down. C4 goes loose. He's baited out successfully, but Butcher is forced to look like a headless chick in the middle of sight. He'll be taken care of. Monkey's on the front lines, looking to isolate Spider, threats the needle, but Ikor reels it back in, taking care of the spearhead. Monty, his shield is down. He is not scared to get his hands dirty, but Boa finds Ikor, and it all bursts into action. A 2v4 reeled back in as Butcher goes nuclear, but shut up by Dummy. A 1v2, but it's an actual 1v1, as it is a one-man down situation. What a way to start it off here. They got the rush, but they know that man is down. The flash isn't going to go off in time, and that's a clutch to call it. Now, a 2v2 situation makes it much more realistic, especially with that plant looking to go down on the split. Dummy now boots on the ground, looking to address that site, but the plant denied successfully. 1v1 situation, and Braze just needs to hide. That's exactly what he'll do. No time left for the Grim to close the distance. Outlast Black now claim the lead for the first time on this map, and Consulate is now not looking the way of Turtle Tactics as they just cannot find any leeway. We'll trade out Zonky in a 1v1 as Spider, you desperately need to win this round to put your team on to a 1-round deficit. It's better than seeing your first map, which is your pick, completely lost. But you will get denied by Butcher. The man who has been crucial for 2 rounds in a row has now been the crucial for the 3rd, and now Outlast Black will find success on the first on their opponent's map.
Wow.
Have that 7-second on the board to get that intel. The trade-off of the case
they
will
don't
be
know.
Successful, but Zonky, I mean, that's kind of the big problem when you don't bring Nomad nor Gridlock to your roster. Easy flanks will happen. Drevmac finds Brace to reel it back in for his team, as now the script has completely flipped. Dexy looks to close it out in the long range, has that bearing 9, but the SMG-11 is just too hard of an opponent to come up against. Demented is now on the front lines in sight, looking to isolate each and every one, threads the needle on the first, but gets hit by another Gumine, as now verticality is established on him, and the man on site looks to get his hands dirty. Malusi's in the corner, but loses the 1. Are you serious? Just 5 seconds left. Intel is going to go down on him, planting. He's 1 HP, meaning an easy shotgun shell will do the job. And Turtle Tactics emerge victorious, and they will be moving on to a 4-2 split as they approach attack. First of all, Warehouse now, that opens up Aqua. One man remains behind that long desk as Frost is fighting her way out from the other side of the desk as well. They both are going to be in command. Butcher takes care of Vapoa, but Zonky threats the needle, finds 2. Zonky almost finds that 3rd, but Butcher reels it back in, and Trevmac is left on site with that supernova in 1 yokai. The first was shot upstairs. The cams are going soon to be possessed in the favor of the attackers, as they will be easily able to identify exactly where that yokai is, and even better, allow the rest of their deceased teammates to look for Trevmac. He will remain in sight, but still, with this timer running low, all that the attackers have to do is watch the cross while they try to get this plant down. Butcher has already found access into the site, and having a supernova is not the best of ways. As you said, that ACOG not having it is going to be a problem. The plant goes down. Trevmac having to isolate the ones, but can't even take care of the man that's watching the angle. Consider a leaky pipe. Monty plugs it by just fully extending, not allowing any easy swings by these defenders, as now they look to address this site head on. You need to find a kill here, but the attackers are just now falling as it's leveled. C4 hits the front doorstep of Vapoa. Spider onto Braze, another C4. Tommy on the decks, Tommy onto Ikor, and now a 1v1 as he knows exactly where he is, and he needs to isolate the 1. A little bit of ring around the rosy, but Tommy for 3, and he'll isolate it. Turtle Tactics break the deadlock and bring it back 4-3 as they now head on to their 2nd defense. That Gumine out in peace. Now, Ikor goes down first, meaning that plant is going to go down successfully, but apparently not. It's denied from above. The consistent spray into the smoke allows the easy kills. Zonky takes care of Demented, and Spider now is going to be denied for the 2nd time. Butcher going big. That's a second denial in a row, and it'll be Dex to get his hands dirty on site to continue and make matters worse. The shotgun down Zonky, and he's in a 1v2 situation. Dummy. The plant denied 2 times in a row. If it didn't work the first, what do you think was going to happen the second time? I told you, disastrous to try to plant in the middle of the site that has so much verticality established, and Dami now looks to adjust the site from the vertical aspect of things. But still, Butcher is up there, doesn't have any need to swing, just needs to run out that clock, but the quick 180 takes care of Dami. And we find ourselves right back up at level. Regardless of who wins this next round, we are going map. As the Hawaiian launchers get sent on through, Butcher is forced into a horrible spot. Verticality against him. He'll fall to that shotgun by Nook. And they are going to fully send it Braze, losing all of his HP to the flame bolt from the Capitao. And Braze eventually falls, and that plant goes down as there's an interaction in blue. Dexy wins. Spider on Akor, and that plant regardless goes down. Vapoa and Zonky win it though. And what an execute that is from Turtle Tactics. C4s. I cannot begin to explain how they were not utilized enough, and now they've closed that deficit out to 1 round. Hard breacher. And in the meantime, TrevMac looking to address that one man playing upstairs, but it's not only one man now, is it? There's 2 of them, and it's literally Braze to lurk. He doesn't have a laser on, but somebody else does, and it's on the attacking side. Blitz goes down on the verticality as he tries to rush. TrevMac going down. Braze sets his team up for 2 perfect kills. It's a Zonky left in a 1vx situation. 2 bodies left to claim with 15 seconds left on the clock. No Argus launchers, no case, and absolutely no utility to allow you to get easy access into that site. You had the hatches open, but you decided to send it full Mach 10 down the cargo stairs, and it's an easy shot for the mirror that's parked out on the reinforcement to capitalize. The ground, somehow C4 doesn't take care of Akor, and they now look to advance towards the site. Dami reeling it back in, but after what? They're already in sight, but Spider gets his hands dirty by taking care of Akor. Dami losing damage to his own Vulcans, will get burned out. Demented's on the Zonky, but still 2 bodies remain. Spider for his next, and the plant still hasn't gone down. Spider for 3! He's gone absolutely lethal as he has continued to deny every single attempt to get in the site and assist Demented, but it looks like this plant is going to go down regardless. He's now planted on the depths of this double, and Spider needs to thread that needle, but not before Depo also closes that gap, but Spider doesn't need the help. 4 kills, and Turtle Tactics now grow the advantage to 2.
Wow. That's
up. Just below a minute left, and Dementeds looks to address the site head on, winning his first gunfight on Vapoa, and now it's all sprung into action. He's found that gap to address. He's allowed his team to address security, but that DMR, it packs a punch. You get hit by it once. Don't be mistaken, you are going to fall. You'll take care of Akor, but Spider gets beamed down. Dummy is now back into sight, looking to address. Demented takes care of Spider, but in the meantime, you're going to have another man fall. Spider and Braze get traded out for each other in a 1v1 situation. Dami, higher HP than Demented, but the case is in hand. And if he switches robots, he'll have higher HP. A big problem, as you have 7 seconds. Do you stick, or do you take the gunfight? Pros don't fake as Demented looks to isolate. Skeleton Key's activated in the close range, and he knows what he can do if he can allow himself to just get close to Dami. A little bit of ring around the rosy here as Demented, even at the long range, takes care of business, and Outlast Black have given themselves that fighting chance. 2 in a row now. Second. Hopefully that changes when it's their map. Candela sent in, C4 prepped to get tossed out on the double door, and a player lurking on the top of East. Dexy taking a good amount of HP, while Spider looks to engage top East. Candela rolls into top East. Spider goes down, Dami in and taken care of as well. Zonky taking care of Dementeds as well, and now we find ourselves in a 4v3 situation where Outlast Black possess that one-man advantage. Make it 2. Butcher shuts out Zonky. Make it 3 as Dex takes care of Vapoa. And now we find ourselves in an Outlast Black dominated situation as Butcher finds TrevMac trying to rotate into the waiting room and shut out almost instantly as they find a response so fast, and we find ourselves right back up at level.
Butcher pushing up behind, but Demented kills Vapoa.
Now, an East engagement looks to go down. Akora walks out victorious, looking to catch all the action. Dex takes his gunfight, wins as well. In about 30 seconds, we've seen 3 1s completely overwhelmed by Outlast Black as they have found success in every department. Now, the only thing they have to worry about is maintaining said success. Just keep that execute on the board and get that diffuser down. They'll take care of Dami as well. TrevMac looking to deny the plant, but buddy, it wasn't even going down. And he to deal with. And you're even allowed him to walk in through East having this rotate. So Turtle Tactics now have the easy entry, especially with one man in the midst of the site. Hello, we're letting him waltz in. You repurpose that F now, but for the worse, as now Spider gains easy access, but will get the hell out the site and looks to help out Domi with the pinch onto security. An instant refrag. Butcher finds one, but finds no joy on the second. 4v2, make it a 4v1. Braze, top metal, but he's pinched out in every single area of the map. Frag grenade deals the preliminary damage to discourage him from even walking up metal. And now as they look to isolate him yet again, the frag grenades continue to push him back. They're holding him at bay. There's no C4 left in the pocket, and even if there was, he's planting on bricks. A 1v4 situation while staring down the match point. Braze is the only player on his team that has gone positive this map. Threads that needle by taking care of Vapoa, but still, after what? The rest of Outlast Black has failed Braze as he now patiently, as now they're going to look to utilize each piece of utility. The Grims live ping, Braze taking care of Vapoa, meaning these guys can just thread the needle. Frag gives a little bit of friendly fire damage, but that might have just been the best execute we have seen all day. Look at that. You have the red pressure go up and dissect the man who plays on the Mira, and from there they flood in through construction, take care of anybody who's sitting close on the corner, behind on the cash box, or even in the depths of garage. Outlast Black with a very well-deserved 4-2 split into that pillar area, but still they have so much to worry about. And the worst thing is, how are you going to acknowledge the players that sit above you? The man who's trying to plant is going to try for a second time, but everybody who tries to help him is going to fall. Domi is residing close, easy denial, and now a 1v4 as Braze is a ways away from helping his team, and the case is left loose in the middle of sight. Pressure of Turtle Tactics from the depths of mining. You tried to go for something lucky. Flawless is going to be narrowly avoided by a core, but again, I mean, you found one. It's an empty frag, buddy. The case is loose, and you're denied by Domi off verticality. You're now staring down the barrel of a 5-1 as you now switch on to the defensive. That gap is the largest we've seen in 5 maps, and it looks like Outlast Black are starting to give up.